which are not at the present time before the floor. Honorable Senators, the matter I allowed Senator Faki to speak to, the matter he has spoken to, I will deal with it, I think, summarily. In terms of where the Honorable Senators are sitting, I draw attention to Standing Order number 255 about sitting in the chamber, and it makes it clear that any senator can sit at any place in the chamber, with the exception of certain seats which are reserved for the Deputy Speaker, the Majority Leader, the Minority Leader, and senators with disabilities. So at this time, the matter of where you sit in the chamber is not one that is an issue. It is open to any senator to sit on either side, if you so choose. The matter of political parties and coalitions, the business we have at the present time is a business of the election of the Speaker. Under Standing Order number 6, this is an election by secret ballot. The matter of political parties and political affiliation will not come in issue at all for the purposes of the election. In the manner that I am going to explain, we will have an election in which the ballot boxes will be here and the ballot papers will be given, and the election will proceed and we will count accordingly. I am unfortunately unable to entertain further points of order now. It is appropriate. Honorable Senators, any senator who does not at this time have a copy of the CVs?
Mr. Clerk, the business that we are about to undertake is very important. All the senators who are in this House went through a very rigorous vetting process before we were cleared by IEBC to run for our respective elective seats. Mr. Clerk, I've just raised a point of order, and you have directed that I be supplied with the CVs of all the candidates whom we are about to elect as our Speaker. And I want to thank you that your order has been complied with, and I've now been given 6 CVs. But what is worrying me, Mr. Speaker, and I seek the direction of your office, is that the CVs have been given don't have very critical Chapter 6 clearances. Mr. Speaker, before we proceed to elect somebody to sit in that office, these CVs should be accompanied by clearance from Ethics and Corruption Commission. We need to know, if you don't respect Chapter 6, that's up to you. On this side, Mr. Clerk, the CV that have been given, the CVs have been given.
Please, honorable senators, let us listen to Senator Okongo Omogeni in silence. Senator Okongo Omogeni, please conclude in 1 minute. Your point is made adequately. Speaker, in 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, I don't know why my colleagues thrive in shouting. Listen to me. I'm raising a
address the chair.
If you don't respect integrity on that side,
Senator Mogeni, address the chair.
Mr. Speaker,
address the chair.
Mr. Speaker, we cannot proceed to elect a speaker to sit in that office before we are satisfied as senators that they comply with Chapter 6. I expected, Mr. Speaker, that's why I raised a point of order that I needed to be supplied with CVs. I need to see a certificate from Ethics and Corruption Commission. We need to see clearance from KRA. We need to see a certificate of good conduct from DCI. Mr. Speaker, we cannot proceed, Mr. Speaker, Bwana Clerk, to elect a speaker to preside over a house of people who have complied with Chapter 6, whereas that speaker himself or herself has not complied. So I'm requesting, Mr. Speaker, that in addition to the CVs that have been provided to me or to our senators, we get all Chapter 6 documents. Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Senators, I will allow one response or on this side, Senator Cheptumo, and then I must make a determination.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. I think there is very clear deliberate action and intention, Mr. Clerk, to delay the proceedings of this House.
Senator Kajwang.
And I will explain.
Senator Kajwang,
I will explain. Mr. Clerk, you had made a decision here that as we supply the CVs, the proceedings of the House will proceed. And I think, Mr. Clerk, the satisfaction as to the qualifications of who to run as a speaker is actually done before it is the business of the House. It is not for us, Mr. Clerk, to come to this chamber and purport to be the ones to dictate the qualifications of who should be able to stand as a clerk. This was done before. And so, Mr. Clerk, I want to plead with you. Proceed with the proceedings of the House because you continue supplying the...
Resume your seat. Yeah. Resume your seat. Resume your seat. Resume your seat, and I am making a determination. I am making a determination at this time. Senator Mogeni has raised the issue about the documentation that has been provided. Understanding Order number 5, paragraph 5, which he himself had cited. The Office of the Clerk is required to publicize and make available to all senators a list showing all qualified candidates, and 2, to make available to all senators copies of the curriculum vitae of qualified candidates. It is clear that the intention of this is so that the voters, the electors, can know the profile, the qualifications and the profile of the candidates. No particular format is prescribed by law for the curriculum vitae. The matter of eligibility and clearance is one under Standing Order number 5, which is vested on the Office of the Clerk to determine eligibility. And if there are concerns about eligibility, that can be the subject of petition otherwise than at the present time. At the present time, and by the time that we make a determination of those who are eligible, that decision has been made, and it is not the case that clearances are part of a CV. The CV, as we understand it, and we certainly have not required that clearances be part of the CV. Any clearances that were required, and if or whether they were provided to the Office of the Clerk, is a matter for the Office of the Clerk to have made a determination before determining eligibility. That determination of eligibility having been made, the curriculum vitae having been provided, the curriculum, and any senator who does not have copies of the curriculum vitae, honorable senators, it should not be the case that any senator is asked to leave the chamber on the day of the first sitting. May I request that if there is any senator who has not received a copy of the curriculum vitae, if you could please raise your hand so that we provide this at this time. No. No. Please. Honorable Senator, I have made a determination which I would like to be complied with. Please. Do not speak until you are provided the opportunity, please. We are providing all senators. Senator Cherarke, please. We want to provide all senators who do not have copies of the CVs to be provided with. At this time, this is the only business which I am dealing with, which is the provision of curriculum vitae. Honorable senators, at this time, no. There is no other ruling, there's no other point of order that I'm entertaining at this time. Any senator who does not have a copy of the curriculum vitae, please. No, I'm afraid we are providing copies of the curriculum vitae. This is the only business. No. Senator Shakila. Senator Shakila. Please provide curriculum vitae to Senator. Honorable senators, we have concluded the business of the administration of oath and affirmation of office. We will be proceeding to the next business, which is the election of the Speaker. And in terms of, I am not entertaining points of order at this time. Understanding order number 4, a Speaker is to be elected when the Senate, a Speaker shall be elected when the Senate first meets after a general election and before the Senate proceeds with the dispatch of any other business except the administration of the oath or affirmation of office to senators present. Please, you are out of order. Pursuant to the standing orders, a number of activities were required for the election of the Speaker before this sitting. I am therefore proceeding to detail to the Senate each such activity and the manner in which we have complied with the standing orders. First, under standing order number 5.1, this requires that upon the President notifying the place and the date for the first sitting of a new Senate, pursuant to Article 126(2) of the Constitution, the clerk shall, by notice in the Gazette, notify that fact and invite interested persons. Please, Senator Murkomen, please, and all senators, the chair is on the floor. I have ruled that I will be heard on this matter. Vide Gazette Notice number 10531, dated 5th of September 2021, and vide an advertisement in the Daily Nation. Senator Keroche, please find a seat. Please find a seat. Honorable senators, Senator Keroche is new. Senator Keroche is new and you are harassing her. Senator Keroche, please find a place to sit. Senator Keroche, please find a place to sit. Please find a place to sit. And for the benefit of new senators, when the Speaker is on his feet, you remain seated in your place. And if you should be standing somewhere, you freeze. But I have given a special dispensation to the new senators. So I have explained that we issued a Gazette number 10/531, and we also put an advertisement in the Daily Nation and the Standard newspapers on 6th of September, inviting persons to submit nomination papers for election to the office of Speaker of the Senate. Honorable senators, standing order number 5.4 requires that the clerk maintains a register in which is to be shown the date and time when each candidate's nomination papers were received, and to ascertain that every such candidate for election to the office of the Speaker is qualified to be elected as such under Article 106 of the Constitution. I hereby confirm that a register was maintained in accordance with the requirements, and Standing Order number 55 requires that immediately after the close of the nomination period, the clerk will publicize and make available to all senators a list showing all qualified candidates, and also make available to all senators copies of the curriculum vitae of the qualified candidates. We made available the copies of curriculum vitae, as I've explained, in this chamber yesterday, in the gadgets that are in the chamber, and at this time to all the senators who are present here. I therefore confirm, honorable senators, that a list showing all qualified candidates was also publicized and was made available to senators. I further confirm that I made available to senators copies of the curriculum vitae. For the position of Speaker of the Senate, the following 7 candidates were validly nominated as at the close of the nomination period. They are the following: Number 1, Alwochier Isaac Alwoch Polo. Number 2, George Bush. Number 3, Karuri Frederick Mushiri. Number 4, Kingi Amason Jeffa. Number 5, Kinywa Beatrice Kathomi. Number 6, Kuria George Njoroge. And number 7, Musyoka Stephen Kalonzo. Honorable Senators, pursuant to Standing Order number 8, a candidate may, by written notice to the clerk, withdraw his or her candidature before a ballot is started. In this regard, I wish to draw the attention of the Senate and honorable senators that this morning, 8th of September 2022, by a letter reference WDM/SEN/GC/22, dated 8th of September 2022 and addressed to the Clerk of the Senate, His Excellency Honorable Musyoka Stephen Kalonzo withdrew his candidature for the position of Speaker of the Senate, and his name will accordingly not be appearing on the ballot paper. Honorable Senators, please sit down. Honorable Senators, Order. On senators, please. Senior Counsel, Senator Dulo, please resume your seat. Honorable senators, order, please. Order, honorable senators, please. Order. Honorable senators, Standing Order number 6.1 provides that the election of the Speaker shall be by secret ballot, and polling booths are being provided. If you could please provide polling booths on either side of the table for the marking of ballot papers. Please place it in such manner that when it is marked, the candidate cannot be seen. You remember? Again, a little more. Please. Okay. So, honorable senators, Standing Order number 6.2 states that the clerk shall, at the commencement of each ballot, cause the ballot box, empty and unlocked, to be displayed to the Senate, and shall, in the presence of the Senate, lock the box, which shall thereafter be kept in the full view of the Senate until the conclusion of the ballot. So I would like to ask that I direct the Sergeant at Arms to display to the Senate, please, we will get out the water tables. Display to the Senate an empty and unlocked ballot box. I further direct the Sergeant at Arms to place the ballot box on the table of the Senate and to seal, to lock the ballot boxes. The agents they are for counting, not for... Please, So, honorable senators, pursuant to Standing Order number 6.3, we will now be proceeding to the election of a speaker, to the ballot. So each senator, when called out, where are the ballot papers? Here, let's confirm. So, honorable senators, when we call you out, each senator, when called out, you'll come to the table where we will give you one ballot paper and you will proceed to one of the two polling booths. So if you are sitting on this side, you will please proceed to this side. And if you are sitting on my left, please proceed to the left booth where you will mark your ballot, placing a mark in the space opposite the name of your preferred candidate. Please remember that it's a secret ballot. So you will go to the booth, you will mark, you will fold the ballot, and you will come and place it in the box and resume your seat. We will not ask you to go to the bar. We will not ask you to go to the bar and bow. Please just walk to here to the table. You'll get one ballot paper. You will mark it. A pen is provided in either booth. You will fold it. You will place it in the box and you will resume your seat. Other senators who have not been called, we will please request that you remain in your seats. Thank you very much, and we are ready to begin.
Senator Adan Dullo Fatuma, followed by Senator Madzayo Stewart Machiro, Senator Murkomen Onesimus Kipchumba.
You need to be assisted.
Senator Kajwang Moses Otieno.
Get assistance there.
Senator Kajwang Moses Otieno, followed by Senator Cheriot Aaron Kipkurui.
Senator Aaron.
Senator Khalwale Boni, followed by Senator Margaret Chepkoech Kamar.
Ita mwana namaliza.
Senator Lelegwe Steve Litumbezi, followed by Senator Boy Issa Juma.
Kiti inakuja nyumbani. It's coming.
This way, left, left. Senator Cherarkei Samson, followed by Senator Mogeni Eric Okongo. Amen. Senator Mwaruma Jones Mwashishe. Senator Mwinyahaji Mohamed Faki. Senator Nderitu John Kinywa. Senator Olekina Ledama. Senator Wambua Enoch. Senator Mudama Agnes Kavindu. Senator Haji Abdul Mohamed. Senator Oginga Oburu. Senator Senator Kipkioror William Cheptumo. Senator Onyonka Richard Momoima, Kisii County. Senator Ekwoma James Lomenen. Senator Kaduri Murungi.
Alisema haifai.
Senator Manzo Daniel Kitonga. Senator Shakila Abdallah Mohamed. Senator Mungatana Danson Buya.
My friend Lopez.
Senator Peris Tobiko. Senator Roslinda Soipan Tuya. Senator Abbas Sheikh Mohammed. Senator Joyce Chepkoech Korir. Senator Osotsi Godfrey. Senator Recha Julius Murgo. Senator Mwenda Julius Gataya. Senator Kamau Joseph Giduku. Senator Dhangwa Paul Karungo. Senator Murango James Kamau. Senator Beatrice Akinyi Oyomo. Senator Beth Kalunda Siengo. Senator Beth Kalunda Siengo. Senator Betty Batuli Montet. Senator Catherine Muyeka Muma. Senator Chesang Alan Kiprotich. Senator Chute Mohamed Said. Senator Crystal Kagehi Asige. Senator George Mungai Mbugwa. Senator Gloria Magoma Orwoba. Senator Hamida Ali Kibwana. Senator Hamida Ali Kibwana. Senator Hezana Lemaletin. Senator Keroche Tabitha Karanja. Senator Mandago Jackson Kiplagat. Senator Mariam Sheikh Omar. Senator Maureen Tabitha Mutinda. Senator Medu John Muhia. Namemaliza.
Go to the booth and choose, Senator. Tafadhali. Go to the booth and choose.
Senator Miraj Abdullahi Abdurrahman. Senator Mundigi Alexander Munyi. by this side. This way. Senator Ngugi Joe Joseph Nyutu. Senator Nyamu Karen Njeri. Go this way. Senator Odhiambo Ojienda Tom. Senator Okech Eddie Gishero. Senator Okoiti Andrew Omtata. Senator Raphael Chimera Mwinzagu. Senator Roba Ali Ibrahim. Go this way. Senator Seki Lenku Olekana. Senator Sifuna Edwin Watenya. Senator Veronica Waheti Nduati. This way. Okay, yeah. Senator Wakili Hillary Kiprotich Sigei. Go this way, left. Senator Wamatinga Wahome. Senator Kajwang Moses Otieno. Senator Kajwang Moses Otieno. Senator Mogeni Eric Okongo. Senator Olekina Ledama. Senator Wambua Enoch. Senator Mudama Agnes Kavindu. Senator Onyonka Richard Momoima. Senator Manzo Daniel Kitonga. Senator Shakila Abdallah Mohammed. Senator Osotsi Godfrey. Senator Beatrice Akinyi Oyomo. Senator Beth Kalunda Siengo. Senator Betty Batuli Montet. Senator Catherine Muyeka Muma. Senator Crystal Kagehi Asige. Senator Hamida Ali Kibwana. Senator Hezena Lemaletian. Senator Odhiambo Ojienda Tom. Senator Okech Eddie Gisheru. Senator Sifuna Edwin Watenya.
Honorable Senators, the standing orders, and specifically standing order number 66 requires that we proceed to count the vote when the clerk is satisfied that all senators who are present and who wish to vote have placed their ballot papers in the ballot box. So we just ascertain that all senators present and who wish to vote have voted. So we will then direct that the box be unlocked and we examine the ballot papers. Before we do so, we have 6 candidates that are left that were on the ballot. And if any of the senators wish to be agents for purposes of ascertaining the ballots on behalf of any candidate, I will invite you here as we open the boxes. So for candidate Alwocher Isaac Alwoch Polo, anybody wants to be agent to witness the counting? You want to do that? No? Senator, any? None? Anyone wants to be agent for George Bush? Anybody would like to be agent for Karuri Frederick Mushiri? Any senator wants to be agent for Kingi Amason Jeffa? Senator Medhu? So you'll stand by just to witness. Anyone who would like to be agent for Kinyua Beatrice Kathomi? Or agent for Kuria George Njoroge? It would be good to have other senators witness that we are doing the vote properly. No volunteers present to watch.
International observer.
So please check the table. The other side. No, put it at the corner. So now I wish to direct that the ballot box be opened. Ballot box will be opened. Start count. So you will empty the contents to the table. Then you will pick out one at a time and display to everyone. Call it aloud. Please use the microphone to call it aloud and show to all those present.
Kingi Amason Jeffa. 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46.
Absolute majority.
other matches, Brazilian forward Richarlison scored 2 late goals to help Tottenham Hotspur triumph over French side Olympique Marseille to Zurich, while wonderful try becomes Spanish side Real Sociedad at Old Trafford. Wonderful try, went a bit more direct than.
Honorable Senators, please resume your seats. No. Honorable Senators, please take your seats. Please take your seats. Honorable Senators, let's take your seats. So, Honorable Senators, I wish to announce the results of the election for Speaker, the ballot that we have undertaken. Al-Wachir Isaac Alwach Polo, 0. George Bush, 0. Karuri Frederick Mushiri, 0. Kingi Amason Jeffa, 46. Kinywa Beatrice Kathomi, 0. And Kuria George Njoroge, 0. Pursuant to Standing Order number 7, which deals with the election threshold, a person shall not be elected as Speaker unless they are supported in a ballot by the votes of 2/3 of all the senators. All the senators for that purpose are 67. 2/3 of 67 is 45. If no candidate is supported by the vote of 2/3 of all the senators, a fresh election shall be held. That is not the case. So, Amason Jeffa Kingi, having received 46 votes, which is the highest number of votes, and having met the threshold of 2/3, is duly declared, and I so declare, to be elected as Speaker of the Senate. And before we go to the swearing in, and the rules require that upon the conclusion of the voting, that Standing Order number 10, about custody of ballot papers, immediately the results are declared, which I have declared. All the ballot papers used in the election of Speaker shall be packed and sealed in the presence of the Senate. So you want to pack them and seal them in the presence of the Senate. All the ones that have been used should be sealed. The presence, and they will be kept in the custody of the clerk for a period of 6 months, and thereafter they will be destroyed. So, Standing Order, so taken to my office in the custody of the clerk. So, Standing Order number 12 now, swearing in of the Speaker. Immediately following the election of the Speaker, the clerk shall administer the oath or affirmation of office of the Speaker to the Speaker in the presence of the assembled Senate. So I will now proceed to direct that the Sergeant at Arms proceeds forth and finds the said Amason Jeffa Kingi and brings him to the chamber, whereupon we shall administer the oath to him. The honorable senators, immediately thereafter, the speaker will take the chair, the duly elected speaker will take the chair, and the clerk will resume his place at the table as clerk.
In the morning.
Thank you.
Will you take the oath or affirmation?
I'll take the oath. I'll take the oath.
Okay, so Bible in your right hand. Swahili or English?
I'll do it in let me do it in Swahili. Let me do it in Swahili. Mimi Amason Jeffa Kingi nikiwa nimechaguliwa kama spika wa seneti, naapa kwa jina la Mwenyezi Mungu kwamba nitakuwa mwaminifu kwa watu wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, kwamba nitatekeleza kwa uaminifu na uangalifu kazi zangu kama spika wa seneti, kwamba nitatii, nitaheshimu, nitahifadhi, nitalinda na nitaitetea hii katiba ya Jamhuri ya Kenya, na kwamba nitatenda haki kwa watu wote kulingana na hii katiba ya Kenya. na sheria na desturi za bunge bila uoga au upendeleo, upendo au chuki. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu nisaidie.
Thank you. Kuja upande wa pili, tia sahihi. Honorable Senators, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Senators, order members. Honorable Senators, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm profoundly humbled and overwhelmed by the great honor and privilege you have bestowed upon me by electing me as your Speaker of the 4th Senate and the 13th Parliament of the Republic of Kenya. I'm deeply humbled and touched by the immense confidence and trust that you have placed on me. I therefore accept with humility and pledge that I shall perform to my utmost ability the constitutional responsibilities and duties of the office of the Speaker of the Senate for the next 5 years with due diligence and decorum. Distinguished Senators, allow me with great pleasure to congratulate and salute all of you, the new Senators of the 4th Senate, for emerging triumphant in the just concluded general elections after a bruising political contest. Your election to the high office of Senator of your various counties and constituencies is a demonstration of the faith and confidence that the electorate have in your capabilities to serve, transform, and improve their welfare and well-being. Today, you're invited to grapple with the challenges and work towards meeting the high expectations of the Kenyan people. Honorable Senators, also wish to recognize my worthy opponents, Mr. Isaac Aloch Polo Alocher, Ms. Beatrice Gathomi Kinyo, Mr. George Bush, Mr. Frederick Mushiri Karuri, and Mr. George Njoroge Kuria for the valiant, mature, and well-fought competition. We have ably demonstrated that we can compete democratically and without rancor in a dignified race. Hongera kwenyu. I also extend congratulations to our newly elected colleagues in our sister house, the National Assembly, and wish them every success as we begin to execute our national duties of jointly steering our beloved country to greater heights. In embracing the spirit of devolution, I'm delighted by the rich blend of membership of the Fourth Senate drawn from former members of the National Assembly, governors, and members of the county assemblies. I note that 9 former members of National Assembly and 4 members of the county assemblies have joined the Senate, while some have returned after hiatus. They bring with them invaluable experience that will enrich the House. We're also fortunate to have a diverse blend of professionals joining the Senate, including top legal minds, no less than senior counsel, scholars, doctors, renowned members of the civil society, among others. Let me also take this opportunity to acknowledge the contributions of senators from the Third Senate who did not return, including the 8 members of the Third Senate who are elected as governors. I'm confident that they will continue to serve Kenyans in the different capacities. Kenyans from all walks of life deserve a pat on the back for demonstrating to the entire world that we have a mature and vibrant democracy following the peaceful general elections held on the 9th of August 2022 and the subsequent petition filed and concluded at the Supreme Court. Distinguished senators, permit me at this juncture to pay my singular special tribute to my immediate predecessor, the Right Honorable Kenneth Makelo Lusaka, EGH, who was recently elected as the governor of Bungoma County. He ably presided over the Third Senate in perhaps one of the most challenging periods in our country's history. Historically, the First Senate was established in 1963 and functioned until 1966 when it was dissolved and merged with the House of Representatives to form the National Assembly. The First Senate, under the 2010 Constitution, was inaugurated on the 28th of March 2013, primarily to oversee the implementation of the devolved systems of governance. Honorable Senators, it is worth mentioning that at the onset of devolution, Senate was sailing in uncharted waters. None of the political leadership and pioneer senators had a clear idea what the task ahead entailed. As Speaker Lusaka noted on the 31st of August 2017, they had to learn how to swim by swimming. It was largely trial and error at first. The Senate of the 12th Parliament, to a great measure, played an instrumental role in improving the legislative regime, work systems, and coherence of key processes that have gradually bolstered devolution implementation. My predecessors and the leadership teams, guided by unit of purpose and the will to actualize devolution, initiated work systems, spearheaded a series of retreats, workshops, and seminars that rapidly crafted the framework of transiting and administering Senate in the 11th and the 12th Parliaments. As the renowned American writer and political commentator Walter Lippmann wrote, and I quote, "The final test of a leader is that he leaves behind in other men, and women for that matter, the conviction that the will to carry on." We salute both the Right Honorable Ekwe Ethuro and the Right Honorable Kenneth Lusaka and their leadership teams for their remarkable contributions. The Fourth Senate must now build on the decade of institutional maturity. Permit me, Honorable Senators, to also appreciate and allow the Clerk of the Senate, Mr. Jeremiah Nyegenye, and his team for the unwavering and steadfast support and for making the appropriate preparations for this momentous occasion. Honorable Senators, Devolution as a novel development model was meant to ensure balanced, equitable, and just development in all regions of Kenya. I can submit without fear of contradiction that so far it is working. I welcome and associate myself with the positive spirit exhibited and pronouncements made by the newly elected governors to change their strategy of engagement and work more closely with the Senate, the National Assembly, and the national government. In addition, the pledge and commitment currently being witnessed to intensify the fight against corruption in the respective governments is highly commendable. Kenyans are looking forward to a new dawn and expect senators to aggressively defend devolution and county governments better. We must ensure devolution works for the people, and more accountability is therefore exercised. Distinguished senators, the critical question is, what next? What is next for the Fourth Senate? How do we build on the achievements of the first, second, and third Senates? Fundamentally, the Senate must continue to play its constitutional mandate and role more vigorously. Just to reiterate and remind ourselves, on senators, the primary mandate of the Senate is to represent the counties and their governments and protect the interests of the counties and hence successfully implement devolution.